Does that help Tesla? I mean, you had Tim Waltz, who's a huge jerk, running around on stage with the Tesla stock price where the stock price had gone in half, and he was overjoyed. What an evil thing to do! What a creep! What a jerk! Like who derives joy from that?
This is the chainsaw for bureaucracy. Chainsaw.
Oh shit! Now that's crazy. I don't like Tim Walz. And of course, typical Democrats, they always cooks. Like Tim Walz made a joke about the Tesla stock price being low, and then the next day he cooked like a little bitch, saying, "Oh, I didn't mean no harm. I didn't mean to hurt Elon's feelings." Yeah, that's a Democrat for you. Well, anyway, but it ain't about Tim Walz. It's about him. It's like this the same guy that was crying on Fox News, and now he's crying about people talking about him and shit. Like, bro, like, you're a fucking petulant child. Like, this guy is a petulant child. Like, I just don't know how else to explain it. Then towards the end of the video, he got a chainsaw. I guess he's signaling that he's gonna cut everything that's beneficial to the poorest people on earth, like Medicaid and SNAP and Social Security. Like, if I'm not a recipient of Social Security, but anybody else that get Social Security, like, man, as soon as something like, fortunately, like my mama, she got her Social Security check this month, but a lot of people are damn near nervous. Like, y'all, a few streams ago, I had auntie, not my real auntie, but I call her auntie, on TikTok, man, said, hey, shit, she said it'll be another J6. She don't get her check, boy. Like, like a lot of people are entitled to that money, and a lot of people need that money. Like, a lot of people can't work, they're disabled, or kids that are disabled. Like, come on, man. Like, I made a tweet about this. Like, these motherfuckers are more worried about $100 million in Social Security fraud rather than the Pentagon not being account for $21 trillion fucking dollars. Like, that's the country we live in. That's the country we live in. I don't know. Jesus Christ. Man, this is why I really, really need to move to Ghana. Consider the move to Ghana, but the way Trump fucking with allies, like, I'm pretty sure that Ghana might not even have their dual citizenship much longer. Like people are getting fed up with the United States, and I don't blame them. So anyway, guys, what's up, guys? Welcome to the show, The Good Faith Show. I'm your host, Andre Morton. The Good Faith Show is on the ATP Network. You can catch the ATP Network. We on YouTube, Rumble, Twitch, and Twitter. And also, too, have some shameless plugs. Follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. I handle this at ATP Network 247. And also, too, follow the ATP Network crew. That's all I handles right there. And I keep forgetting to add Damien's name. Like, Damien's part of the network, too. Oh, man, I'm just been so busy. Trying to, just do things. The network-wise, work, the gym, it's the typical, busy shit. But yeah, follow us on there. And also, too, like the video. It's free. It don't cost you a damn thing. So like that video. I know y'all like staring at my ugly ass face for an hour to 2 hours. So I just don't know why. Especially on Twitter, man. Like, and again, if you're on Twitter, I recommend, like, you can stay on Twitter, but I recommend, to move to YouTube to watch our stuff, because Twitter, like, it. Sometimes our videos be on there, but Twitter don't alert you guys when we live, and there don't other people that have that do this user generated content. So Twitter's not a reliable source. YouTube and Rumble, are the most reliable sources. So follow the ATP network on there, and maybe this summer I might change it to the Radical Lefty channel. I think that would be best. Don't want to get out, won't be pressure on Liz because she's moving to another state and all that. She got to get herself together, so that'll take time. You might not see her much this summer, but I still be here. As my grandma used to say, the Lord willing, the creek don't rise. And Mike, you'll see him from time to time too as well. So yeah, I might change it to Radical Lefty channel. I don't know yet. Yeah, it's a lot of things to think about. So yeah, man. Yeah, Muskrat that's a wild character right there. Oh, people talking about me, talking about my Tesla stock. You creepy jerk. And the same guy with a chainsaw at CPAC. CPAC? Yeah, at CPAC. I guess he making a statement like, I'm finna cut your grandma's Social Security. Man, what a fucking clown. But anyway, before I get to the main news stories, I always do this now. I'm gonna find clips online and I play them and react to them because they're pretty interesting. Sorry if the camera's shaking. I need another desk. I'm supposed to get another desk for my auntie, but I gotta drive all the way to Mississippi to pick that up, and I really don't feel like it. So, and yeah, so yeah.
About China.
This is I know who Tim Cook is, CEO of Apple. This guy he explains why he chose China for manufacturing. But it's good for it to come out the horse's mouth. Like we all knew why he chose China. Well, why every other corporation chose China? Like Apple, not only Apple, but the United States don't manufacture shit anymore. We are gig-based economy now. Well, our economists say, which is true. So, yeah, I'm finna play this right quick.
Confusion about China, and let me at least give you my opinion. The popular conception is that companies come to China because of low labor costs. I'm not sure what part.
Duh. Like, oh, okay, I guess he finna to explain the real reason, Dude, that's why they move manufacturing to China. It's cheaper. It's all about saving money. Like I like China. That's how China became the global, really the damn dominant when it comes to tech and other stuff, because you move manufacturing to China. It benefits China. Like really, you can move it anywhere in the country. It benefits that country. Like, oh God, I guess he's trying to be technical with it, but let me let it continue.
Part of China they go to, but the truth is China stopped being the low labor cost country many years ago. The reason is because of the skill, the quantity of skill in one location, and the type of skill it is. Like the products we do require really advanced tooling, and the precision that you have to have in tooling.
That's bullshit. Like, come on, man. iPhones are not. This motherfucker got like iPhones is just the most complicated thing to build. Like, come on, man.
And working with the materials that we do are state of the art, and the tooling skill is very deep here.
Bro, the iPhones is damn near the same fucking shit every year. Just with brand new, even with the same software with bloatware, bro. Come on, man. This man, like every year is a different, more advanced iPhone. Like every year, Apple say the same shit. Like, the iPhone is the most advanced iPhone ever. I'm like, it's the same shit. People still got iPhone 10 and 11s, bro. Like I got an iPhone 15. I'm definitely not upgrading this year because thanks to Trump's tariffs, they said iPhones will be over $1,000, which some of them are. It depends on what size you get, storage size, which storage size ain't even enough. Like, but so he's saying that China has the tooling to do it. But my question is that why you can't bring those jobs to the United States and pay those people a fair amount of wages? Oh wait, Turns out that the average salary in China is $10,000 compared to the U.S. is $40,000. So yeah, like Apple would rather pay the Chinese people nothing to make the same shit every year. See how these people just lying to you. A lot of people believe in this shit, which is scary. That's one thing that's scary about propaganda, man. Like some people people look at Tim Cook as a successful businessman. He's a CEO. Like he's the CEO. You know what CEOs do, right? They are beholden to those Apple shareholders, right? Apple shareholders rather come out with the same fucking iPhone with different colors every year than. So yeah, man, I'm telling you. All right.
In the U.S., you could have a meeting of tooling engineers, and I'm not sure we could fill the room. In China, you could fill multiple football fields. It's that vocational expertise is very deep, very, very deep here.
So basically, said a whole lot of nothing. Basically, you said a whole lot of nothing, Tim Cook. I don't know what year that video from. It's like an older video. But anyway, it's like, bro, stop lying. Just say that, we don't want to pay American workers nothing. So you're really not paying the people that work at the Apple store as much as none either. But definitely to make iPhones, no. So we'll make them overseas and and overcharge. Like iPhones ain't really all that great. I mean, they have a big app base, but I mean, like, I might go back to Android. I don't know. And I don't really care for Google anyway. Like, all of these fucking corporations support Israel, man. Like, but, you can only boycott so much. So y'all can boycott these fast food places, Starbucks, McDonald's. Like, I don't eat that shit no more anyway. That's why my face got slimmed down. You know what I'm saying? So, so yeah, man. Tim Cook on that bullshit, just like every other CEO. China got the tooling, they got the expertise. China got multiple football fields worth of engineers. Bullshit. Total bullshit. All right, guys. So what I'm gonna talk about is Mark Lamont Hill's back again, talking about Trump's third term, which I kind of believe what he says here in the Dominion lawsuit between Fox News. So yeah, and I thought the Dominion lawsuit was settled, but apparently it wasn't. So all right, guys, let's get to it. Oh, all right, guys. So this is from CNN. It says settlement reached in Dominion defamation lawsuit against Fox News. And the funniest thing is, I did a video talking about Florida trying to loosen the defamation laws so to keep us the left from criticizing Israel or criticizing Ron DeSantis, because I think Casey DeSantis is considering running for governor, of course, right? What's up with these fucking politicians and the family legacy, like, bro? Like the Clintons, the Obamas. Well, they really, people want Michelle Obama to run, which my thing is leave her alone. Like, if she don't want to run, don't force her to run. Like, bro, like nobody wants a fucking family legacy. People like what a family legacy gonna do when somebody is hungry or somebody can't pay their bills or somebody that's homeless. Like, a legacy ain't gonna fix that. So anyway, let's get to it, man. I'm running off at the mouth. Like, I just got a lot of shit to say today. It says right here, it says Fox News will pay more than $787 million to Dominion voting systems after sides hammered out a last-minute settlement Tuesday in the explosive defamation case launched against the right-wing network. Fox News acknowledged the court's ruling finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. However, the network will not have to admit on air as it spread election lies, a Dominion rep said. It says, by settling, influential Fox executive and permanent on-air personality will be barred from testifying about their 2020 election coverage, which was filled with lies about voter fraud. Well, let me say this. It's like, yeah, Fox News was lying. Fox News is really the Trump network. So, they have to coddle Trump's nutsack. I mean, saying the election was stolen and all that stuff, and oh God, I mean, what else is new? I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna say this. I know a lot of people don't like it. Like, I'm pretty sure MSDNC will do the same thing by Joe Biden too. I mean, to be honest with you, MSNBC kind of did the same thing with, the Russia thing, Russiagate. They had Rachel Maddow, basically spreading lies every fucking night on their platform, and it really bit her in the ass because now she's irrelevant. But I mean, like, see, that's what I'm saying. Like, yeah, I hate Fox News because they spread culture war bullshit, but MSNBC ain't no better. I'm just saying, like, that's defamation saying that Trump is a Russian agent. I mean, technically, it's kind of defamation because, people see Russia, which is lies, but people see Russia as this, Putin, especially as a dictator and all that shit. Which, I mean, Putin ain't perfect at all. Like, I have my criticism of Putin, but I mean, the guy got an 80% approval rate, so apparently he's doing something right. I'm just saying. Let me see. It says Dominion also has pending lawsuits against right-wing networks Newsmax and One American News Network as well against Trump allies Rudy Giuliani, Sidney Powell, and Mike Lindell. So, yeah, that's interesting. Let me play this video right here. To make it bigger.
Okay, everybody, that's lunch.
Fuck ads. I hate ads. Jeez. Give me a sec, guys. I need ad blocker on my Chrome browser real bad. It's a pain in the ass. There you go.
Was sworn in, lawyers were ready for opening statements, but then Fox News blinked, reaching a last-minute settlement in a billion-dollar defamation lawsuit brought by Dominion Voting Systems. Under the deal, Fox agreed to pay almost $800 million to Dominion, about half of what the company had originally sought in damages. The agreement saves top Fox executives and the network's most prominent stars from the embarrassment of testifying in the case. CNN senior media reporter Oliver Darcy has more.
Oh, God, yeah. Remember Tucker Carlson? He was on Fox News for a while, and he said that, yeah, my show is basically an entertainment show. Like, just a cop-out. Like, I think about shit like that. Like, we got to understand what these networks is. They're not made to give you the news. Like, the ATP network, as pitiful as we is compared to other lefty networks, like, we're a news organization. RBN a news organization. Do Dissonance, Heartlands Media, like, they are, even other shows too. Like, they are they are news organizations. Like, Fox News and MSNBC and CNN is nothing but.
We were in the court waiting for opening statements to begin, and the judge, there was an unexplained delay, about 2 hours, and then the judge came out and announced that the parties had reached an out-of-court settlement. This, of course, averts a very agonizing trial that was in store for Fox News, where some of its top hosts, like Sean Hannity, Tucker Carlson, were going to have to appear just behind me in Wilmington and testify about how the network promoted election lies about Dominion Voting Systems and just in general about Donald Trump's election lies in the way.
Yeah, like that's crazy. Like, Trump won now, and now all these years later, like, this was back in 2020, so 5 years later, now you settling, like, okay, like, did text messages of Tucker Carlson came out saying that he hates Trump? Like, these people are just actors, bro. They play a part. Like, that's why it's called acting. Like, I believe all these anchors on all these networks are just acting. Like, they're not real, man. It's all a fantasy. Like, if you think people still think that news, actually, people like corporate media, I mean, tell the truth, then yeah, you lost. A lot of people, unfortunately, are lost. They don't tell the news, bro. Like, Tucker Carlson says he hates Trump, and we found that out via text messages. So yeah, and who knows how the rest of these kooks right here on this screen feels.
wake of the 2020 election. Rupert Murdoch, the Fox chairman, was also set to testify. So this is going to be averting a very excruciating process for Fox News. But Dominion Voting Systems, they're happy. The lawyers came outside the courtroom earlier today, and they celebrated the settlement.
The truth matters. Lies have consequences. Over 2 years ago, a torrent of lies swept Dominion and election officials across America into an alternative universe of conspiracy theories, causing grievous harm to Dominion and the country.
And Fox News also coming out with a statement. They say, I'll read it to you, "We are pleased to have reached a settlement of our dispute with Dominion Voting Systems. We acknowledge the court's rulings finding certain claims about Dominion to be false. This settlement reflects Fox's continued commitment to the highest journalistic standards. As we are hopeful that our decision to resolve
higher journalistic standards." Yeah. Every time I see Fox News at my local gym, I see them talking about trans athletes, or migrants are violent criminals. Yeah, that's higher. That's highest journalistic standards, bro. Like, come on, this is a joke. And Fox News willing to pay almost $800 million shows you that, like, they really don't give a fuck. They really don't. And then Trump won, so that's gonna bring them more views. So don't worry, like, that's not gonna hurt them at all. And still, Fox News is still the #1 corporate media leader in the country. Like, it's just wow. Like, sometimes you say this, so like, people like being lied to. I mean, it really doesn't matter which one you watch. Like, MSNBC lies to you, CNN lies to you, the other two, Newsmax, One American News Network, News Nation, even though they're supposed to be, back nonpartisan, but they still lie to you too. But it don't matter, hey, it is what it is.
The dispute with Dominion amicably, instead of acrimony of a divisive trial, allows the country to move forward from these issues. I should note that I'm also told by sources that Fox News hosts will not have to go on air and acknowledge the lies they told about the election in the aftermath of the election as a result of the settlement. So that statement from Dominion.
So yeah, man, that's that. So basically, that I think that, Fox News paid that to say, yeah, we don't want to have this bad reputation because on our backs, because we even though we'll lie for Trump, we'll do anything for Trump. All these lies we told about, the election being stolen, all that stuff. I mean, to be honest with you, I'm just gonna say this, then I'm gonna get to the next segment. Like, I mean, like, our elections ain't really like truth proof anyway. Like, they gerrymander districts. They, like in Florida, they want to keep convicted felons from, former convicts from voting. Elections ain't really safe proof to begin with. But again, yeah, it is what it is, man. So, all right, guys, I'm finna get to the next story. All right, guys, before I get to the next story, be sure to like the video. It's free and it don't cost you a damn thing. So yeah. Trump's third term. I can't believe we're already talking about a third term, and the guy been in the White House for 8 weeks now or something like that. Let me see. Yeah, more than 8 weeks, ain't it? Hell, I fucking forgot. Like, it really don't matter, right? But anyway, Mark Lamont Hill, man, he be cooking on his live stream, man. I suggest y'all check it out. It's called Night School. But this is a clip, and thank God Mark Lamont Hill don't copyright his stuff. Oh man, like, but like, you gotta be careful doing this stuff because you don't know who copyrights stuff. YouTube don't get you the heads up or nothing, like, but like that copyright strike still fucked up our channel on YouTube. Like, shit. Like, our channel we was actually like getting good views. You know, they were low, like they laughable compared to bigger channels, but man, but thank you guys for still watching us. You know, despite YouTube just basically shadow banning us. But anyway, let's get to Mark Lamont Hill talks about this. I like the way he breaks stuff down too. Well, here we go.
I know some of you think that this is hyperbole. I know some of you think that this is crazy talk. I know that some of you think that this is an exaggeration, but I promise you it is not. Donald J. Trump, the current sitting president of the United States, the 47th president of the United States, just said, and I quote, "There are methods." I'm going to say that quote again. There are methods to getting a third term as president. That's right. He is openly toying with the idea of breaking the 22nd Amendment, which literally says that no president can serve more than 2 terms, consecutively or not. Doesn't matter. You can't serve more than 2 terms.
So basically, I know one method they want to do. Let's say J.D. Vance run for president. Then they said Trump can be J.D. Vance's running mate, and then the first day as soon as J.D. Vance sworn in, he can step down, and then Trump can become president. Like, if you think that's going to happen, then you're definitely living under a rock. Like, bro, like J.D. Vance was the same one that called Trump a Hitler when it was cool to do so. And you telling me J.D. Vance is willing to sacrifice power? Like, all these motherfuckers are power hungry. That's why they all cuddled around Trump's ball sack. RKs, the Tulsi Gabbers, like they've been dumped by the Democratic Party. So hell, they basically grifting to the Republicans at this point. Like, come on, man. Like, that's not gonna work. So yeah, I know that one. And then this other senator, I forgot his fucking name. Really don't matter. He said that he will make a law where you could serve another term if you served non-consecutive terms. So basically, Bush, Clinton, Obama can't do it, and Biden, he can't do it because he didn't serve. He served only 1 term. So like these motherfuckers are crazy. I mean, this is just crazy to just talk about this shit in April. Like, what? Jesus, it's not even primary season yet. But anyway, let me continue.
In the United States as president. It's been like that for a very long time. Not always, but it's been like that for a very long time. You can't serve more than 2 terms total. He is in his 2nd term. He was the 45th president, and he's the 47th president. He's done 2 terms, but he's not done there. In an interview, Trump hinted that he's got other ways to stay in power, and his allies, like Steve Bannon, are already pushing for Trump in 28. Now, some people say, well, Trump is hyperbolic. He's talked about not leaving office before, or joked about it. He's talked about being a dictator. He said this, and he never actually follows through. Let's not trip out about Donald Trump. If we've learned anything from Donald Trump, it's that we have to take him seriously. Yeah. If we've learned anything from Donald Trump, it is that when he says it, he means it.
I disagree with that. I know what he's talking about, though. I'm not gonna, deflate. But yeah, like Trump said that he's gonna lower grocery prices. He didn't. Like, anything Trump says is a lie. But in terms of what he's saying, like Trump saying that he wants to run, yeah, Trump even the first term said he wants to keep running and running and running. Like, this motherfucker must be gonna be pumped over Adderall for the rest of his life. Like, bro, you gonna be 80 something in 2028. Ain't he like 77, 78? Dude, oh my God, bro. If he ain't gonna run, I really believe that one of Beavis and Butthead, one of his sons, is gonna run. And don't be surprised if what his daughter name? Not Melania. Hell, Ivanka. I was surprised if Ivanka runs too. Like see this family legacy shit, bro. Like it's hyperbolic, but let him continue.
Getting rid of birthright citizenship. He tries it. Stacking the courts. He's done it. Changing the federal approach to DEI, to gender identity. And we're going down the list. He has done it. Now, will he be successful at everything? No, but he tries it. This is not a game. This is not a dress rehearsal. This is not a practice. This is not a flex. Look at January 6th. When Donald Trump don't like how something go, he do something about it. So the question becomes, how do we deal with it? How do we deal with it? Now, in 1951, the 22nd Amendment was added to the Constitution. The reason it was added was because of the person y'all probably thinking of when you think about somebody being elected more than twice. That is FDR, Franklin Delano Roosevelt. He was elected 4 times in a row. And so,
but you know what? I'm gonna say this as a high point. Despite FDR not pushing for a black agenda, like the people talk about, on the New Deal, it did not include black people. So that's why I don't talk about FDR, even though the white comrades do. Well, I wouldn't call them comrades. White quote unquote leftists do. But again, like that what happens when you actually do things for people, they vote for you. Like the reason why Trump won again is because of the economy first, then God's second. Now, despite people, despite we know that Trump is a habitual liar and he's don't care about the working class, but people are not tuned into politics like that. So you got to understand like where people coming from. Like, like people don't do what I do. Like they not on, political Twitter. They're not looking up news articles. But the point I'm making here is, I guess I'm kind of getting off point because that's the way my brain works. They basically kept, they limited 2 terms because FDR kept getting reelected over and over and over again, because he did stuff for people. And that really pretty much was the beginning of the downfall of our government, to be honest with you. If you look at it from that perspective, like they don't want to do nothing for us, man. Like, then Citizens United came in effect in the 70s, and then ever since then, the Reagan, the Reagan era, and then the Democrats turned into Reagan, and every other president has basically been Reagan, just different forms of it. Orange Reagan, senile Reagan, black Reagan, Bill Clinton, Reagan. So yeah, I wouldn't even be surprised if Trump get away with this. I would not be surprised at all. I was just gonna say that as a side note. But back to Mark.
There's nothing ambiguous about the language. But here's the problem. Here's the problem. It's not a legal argument because there's no credible argument for this. There's a populist argument. Donald Trump won by a lot of votes, and a lot of people want him to be president. Donald Trump controls the courts. Donald Trump controls the Congress, at least right now. With all of those things in place, it's getting harder and harder to fight an effort from Donald Trump and his minions to undermine or overturn an election. It's that simple. It's that simple. Just give it to J.D. Vance and let J.D. Vance keep going. And Kristen Welker from NBC asked him that question, said, if one way to have a third term, proverbial third term, she meant, was to, you know what? Actually, what she was saying was, is it possible that J.D. Vance could run for the top job and then pass the baton to him? And Trump said, well, that's one, but there are others too.
Yeah, that's the one. That's the most logical. That's the most logical one. Oh, God.
She said, can you tell me another? He said, no.
There ain't no other.
But here's the problem. 22nd Amendment, this is where Donald Trump is wrong. And I'm not sure exactly why Kristen asked it this way, but I think it might have been to get Donald Trump on the record. She's an excellent journalist and a very brilliant woman. I really, really, really like her, both at the debates, as we've seen before, and in other places. But Kristen said, are you going to run for VP as a kind of backdoor? And he said it's possible. Here's the problem. If you're not eligible to be president because you run enough terms, you're not eligible to be vice president, because the vice president is president pro tem of the Senate, and the vice president is the next in line. So you can't be vice president if you can't be president. So that the amendment doesn't just stop you from being president, it stops you from being, it stops all of it. It stops.
You know what, though? I would not be surprised if they change it so that basically he could run as vice president, and then if somebody's stupid enough to do that, like, you gotta run a campaign. Like, I don't like these motherfuckers have they don't be thinking. They just say shit. You know, like, you gotta run a campaign, and people are not gonna vote for somebody for them to fucking give power to Trump. Like, that just don't make any logical sense. But you know, the way that the world running now, I mean, especially the way America is running now, like, I wouldn't be surprised if MAGA base will accept that. No, nothing would not surprise me.
That's all of it. So the only way this works is if Donald Trump breaks the rules or changes the rules. Now, we know he could break the rules, but I don't think the American government is in such a place where breaking the rules will do it. I think we have to go past breaking the rules. I think we have to actually change the rules. That's all I'm going to say. But keep in mind.
So yeah, man, I'm gonna end it there. Check out, Malcolm Hill. He does the damn thing. Yeah, man. Like, yeah, I will not be surprised if that is a possibility. Anything is possible these days, man. Anything is fucking possible. The Supreme Court basically gave Trump immunity to do kind of whatever he wants to do. So we shall see. I can't believe, again, we're talking about this, and the man ain't been served a whole year yet. So, all right, guys. Final topic I want to talk about here. Be sure to hit the like button. It's free and don't cost you a damn thing, man. And thanks to all of you that watch my stuff since July of last year, man. I know that I have to be more patient. Sometimes I be down on myself because, you always think to yourself, like, hey, man, maybe I'm not good at this shit. Like, but you just started. Like, it's going to take time, especially on YouTube. Like start on YouTube, with little to no traction. It's hard. But I don't know why I'm getting into that. This is about Ben Shapiro again. Oh, I don't like Ben Shapiro. Some of you might know that. I think he's the problem with, one of the problems. He's not the problem. Okay, like, I think he's, when it comes to, like, being bought and paid for, I don't feel bad for saying this, but this is why his media company is tanking, because he's full of shit. Like, my thing is, if you're going to say that you work all your life and then all of a sudden when you turn 65, which you should be lower than that, you can't retire, like, bro, what the fuck? But anyway, Ben Shapiro is not happy with Trump at all. Obviously, y'all know the tariffs kicked in, and the stock market tanked for like a few days, and Ben Shapiro not happy. He's not happy at all. So I'm gonna play this and give my thoughts as I go.
Again, he was laying these out. He's very enthusiastic about it yesterday in the Rose Garden. He tried to suggest that if tariffs are so bad, why do other people do them? Here he was trying to make this case.
If you look at that, China, first row, China, 67%. That's tariffs charged to the USA, including currency manipulation and trade barriers. So 67%, I think you can, for the most part, see it. Those with good eyes, with bad eyes. We didn't want to bring, it's very windy out here. We didn't want to bring out the big charts because it had no chance of standing. Fortunately, we came armed with a little smaller chart. So it's 67%. So we're going to be charging a discounted reciprocal tariff of 34%. I think, in other words, they charge us, we charge them less. So how can anybody be upset?
Okay, so that
Trump don't understand how tariffs work, bro. Like, they charging us because you overcharging them, bro. Like, we are going to have to face the brunt of that. Not you, not the billionaire class, fucking working American people, bro. Like, and then he had a chart. I guess what he's trying to do is he's trying to make his tariffs, which is unnecessary, sound reasonable. But bro, like, anybody that know basic economics could see, like, these tariffs is going to really fuck us over. Like, I know this don't mean nothing because it's not this serious, but the Nintendo Switch, like, it's $449 now, which is overpriced. They delaying the pre-orders because of tariffs, so it could be fucking $600-$700 in the near future. We don't know. The iPhone, which my thing is, why would you buy a phone every year? I mean, unless you got like a special contract with your phone carrier. I mean, it is what it is with that, but like, iPhones will be starting at over $1,000 according to like sources. So yeah, and most of everything is made in China. So yeah, that's even. I guess Ben Shapiro didn't even cake to this bullshit. But let me continue.
Then he said, if imposing tariffs and protective barriers actually made us poorer, then why would other countries be doing it? Here was President Trump saying this.
We charge 2.8% for so many things that other countries are charging 200%, 300%, and 400% for. If imposing tariffs and protective barriers made nations poor, then every country on earth would be racing to eliminate these policies, and China would be the first on line. They run a very strong country.
Okay, well, actually, as it turns out, many countries have spent the last couple of centuries eliminating many of these policies. And maybe we should take a look at what he's saying. Here is a chart. It shows that actually the countries that have, for example, as a general matter, the lowest tariff rates are also the countries with, wait for it, the highest GDP per capita. Why, it turns out that richer countries have been steadily lowering their tariff rates. And many of the poorest countries on earth have really, really high average tariff rates, including, by the way, Madagascar and Burundi and the Central African Republic.
But yeah, I had to stop there because, yeah, like you said, the poorest countries, they're not technically poor. They have really, it's no such thing as a poor country. I hate when people say that shit. There's no such thing as a poor country. You can say destabilization, make these countries like the pictures you see of hungry kids and stuff, like that's destabilization. But in terms of resources, like Madagascar got resources, all parts of Africa really have resources. So yeah, don't you think that their tariffs are higher because they have vulnerable resources? Like, like China really don't have to put high tariffs on stuff because they really the world dominant leader right now in terms of technology. So yeah, man, I had to step in and say that, like, come on, Ben, like, all right, come on, man, you make yourself seem kind of loopy.
But it's almost as though tariff rates actually decrease wealth because tariffs increase prices and reduce trade and all the things that tariffs are designed to do. And President Trump suggested that the tariffs are kind and they are generous and they are friendly. Here he was saying that the tariffs are kind because it's only half the rate that other countries are charging us. But as we've already discussed, and herein lies the problem, those aren't the real tariff rates.
For nations that treat us badly, we will calculate the combined rate of all their tariffs, non-monetary barriers, and other forms of cheating. And because we are being very kind, we're kind people, but we will charge them approximately half of what they are, and have been charging us. So the tariffs will be not a full reciprocal.
Okay, here is the actual thing. Those are not the real tariff rates, and this is why it matters. Okay, why does it matter how the calculation is done? Right? The reason it matters is because if the goal was to get other countries to lower their tariffs, which I am totally fine with, I would love it. That would be great. If that was the goal, then you can't tariff countries that have no tariffs on us, where we already have a free trade agreement. If you are using trade deficits to calculate a fake tariff rate and using that as the margin of tariff on those countries, there is literally no way for them to forestall the tariffs you are putting on their country other than by presumably getting the people of Madagascar to somehow buy millions of dollars of American product, or the people of Ethiopia to buy billions of dollars of American product. GDP per capita in Ethiopia, $950 a year. By the way, the actual...
Man, like, you got Ben Shapiro coming, not really coming at Trump, but pushing back on Trump's claims, and like, you know shit, it got real. I'm just saying. I mean, like, geez, I mean, you think this is coming from anybody else that's not, a sycophant of Trump or whatnot, but really, Ben Shapiro really hasn't, like, I don't think he supported Trump in 2016. So yeah, like, it shows you that these people are cosplaying. They're cosplaying a lot. Exactly. It's like, you're gonna put tariffs on countries that don't have a high tariff weight, or we have a free trade agreement, which is, yeah. We know about that. Like, yeah, man. Yeah. Even Ben Shapiro, I don't like the guy, but even he can see how incompetent Trump is. Like, I mean, it don't take a genius to realize that. Like, yeah, but who's going to pay again? Who's going to pay for these tariffs, bro? Like, like China said they're gonna fight back. Like, China ain't taking no shit from nobody. China said we're gonna fight back, hand step. So yeah.
Tariff rates among the biggest countries in the world are actually fairly low. According to the World Trade Organization, the United States has a trade-weighted average tariff rate of 2.2% in 2023. That's compared with 2.7% for the EU, 1.9% for Japan, 3.4% for Canada, 3.3% for China, and 1.7% for Switzerland.
But you know why it's so low like that? Because we constantly trade and they manufacture our stuff, especially Mexico and Canada. Like, they make most of our cars, and when you put unnecessary tariffs on cars in Canada, and these new cars are really junk, to be honest with you. I mean, they're not built worth of shit. Yeah, I'm not gonna get into all that, but yeah, bro, like, you got Canadians not buying American products. Like, yeah, like, no, yeah, this is really bad. Oh shit.
I mean, if the goal is to get the tariffs lower, then maybe we should do that. Maybe that should be the actual goal here. Maybe that's what we should do. Well, Scott Bessent, the Treasury Secretary, he was asked about all of this, and his basic perspective is it's not clear how long these tariffs are going to last, how they're going to be implemented. As we'll get to in a moment, there are already exemptions that are being put out there for the tariffs by the Trump administration, like immediately. Here was the Treasury Secretary.
These are our closest allies, South Korea, Japan. When you look at those countries and the tariffs that they're being charged, if they're calling, what would you say to those nations who may have concerns about how to lower these numbers?
Well, I would say they've been doing it to us for a long time. Right? And if they don't like tariffs, then why do they have them?
And should we view these as permanent?
I think we're going to wait and see how this plays out.
Okay, we're going to wait and see how this plays out. Is the hope?
Oh my God. He don't even know how shit works. Oh God. Oh my God. Really, dude. Oh, we're just going to see how this plays out. Man, sound like a damn AI generated figure, man. Come on, bro. Geez.
Of all markets everywhere, because the markets are sending pretty strong signals. They don't like it very much. By the way, by the polling, Again, this notion that Americans are they hate foreign trade. They hate it with a pet. Gallup poll, 2025. What do you think foreign trade means for America? Do you see foreign trade more as an opportunity for economic growth increased through U.S. exports or a threat to the economy from foreign imports? 81% opportunity for economic growth. 14% threat to the economy. I have a basic rule in politics. Do not take the 20 side of 80-20 issues. Unless there's like a great moral reason to do so, don't do it. It's not a good idea. So what exactly is the Senate going to do? Well, the Senate voted on a resolution that says that they're going to try to seize back power from the executive branch over tariffs like this. It would require action in the House to actually stop this. I doubt that that's going to happen anytime in the near future. The Republican Party is, of course, very much split over this. Nobody wants to go up against the Trump administration on this. This is the purview of Congress.
Yeah, I love to see them go against Trump. Like, bro, yeah. One thing about Donald Trump, man, you cross that motherfucker, he makes your life a living hell. So yeah, man, they're just saying that, you know, they're saying that because a lot of these motherfuckers representatives are getting damn near getting annihilated in these town halls too as well. So, oh jeez, yeah.
Let's be clear. What President Trump is doing should never, if it was ever delegated by Congress to the executive, that's insane, and it probably wasn't. It's not a national emergency that justifies one of the biggest tax increases on American consumers in the history of America. It is a very, very, it does not.
Yeah, like shit is already unaffordable, and now you're gonna make it even impossible to get. Yeah, that's why the stock market is tanking, because that's early signs of a recession. We head towards a recession. A lot of economists said that in June we might be in a recession, and it's April, so May, June, now less than 2 months. Are we gonna be in a recession? Like, God, this is why now Trump, I think he's trying to rescind on some of them, which should have never did to begin with. Like, yeah. Yeah, I love to see people pay $1,000 for iPhones, man. Like, yeah, just in Ben Shapiro too, which is crazy. Ben Shapiro, he said, like, yeah, this is a bad idea. Yeah, this is going too far. The American people don't like that. Ben Shapiro calling your ass out, boy. You know it's bad. Like, yeah, so.
It does not justify that. There is no national emergency because the United States buys more product from Thailand than we sell to Thailand. That is not, in fact, a national emergency. Again, there are many reasons why tariffs can be good. Tariffing China to punish them, to try and cut them off from the world economy, good. This, by the way, is also why you should sign free trade agreements with all the nations that rim China. Tariffs for purposes of protecting national.
Yeah. Tariffs on China, good. But tariffs on other countries that I kind of like bad. What? See, that's the shit I'm talking about right there. That don't make any sense what he just said.
National security laden industries in the United States, good and useful. We can't have outsourcing.
Also, too, before I let him finish his soliloquy, what's up with this? Like, bro, I think the United States is the reason why China is rising in world dominance. It's crazy. These motherfuckers come on here, not just him, but it'd be all over the place. Corporate media as well, being anti-China, but in really our actuality, like sending jobs to China to make our products. Like, what you thought they were gonna do? Destabilize China? Like, of course China's gonna grow. Like, I think 5 of the world's banks in their world banks is in the top 10. That's think that to the United States, and then trying to work with other countries and stuff too. So yeah, like the anti-China rhetoric is insane.
God forbid we need to produce things for a war or a pandemic or whatever. Tariffs in order to get other countries to drive down their own, fine and good. But the tell to me here is, again, I go back to this. if the idea is to get other countries to lower their tariffs, if this is raise the tariffs to lower the tariffs, then why are we charging tariff rates on countries that don't have tariffs against us? Why? That's the tell. And so the question becomes what this actually looks like in practice. Now, I've been a little bit catastrophist about this because I'm taking the Trump administration at their word. The reality is I don't think that this thing gets implemented anything like it is currently being retailed to the public. I think in reality, the Trump administration is likely to bulldoze holes right through this tariff regime in the areas that it figures is going to most hurt Americans. And it's likely to try and leverage headlines out of various foreign nations, suggesting they're going to invest in America to the tune of some billions of dollars before lowering the tariff rates again. Because, as I've said before, I do have faith that President Trump actually responds to headlines and responds to the news. He lives in the world of reality, and it would not be living in the world of reality for him to simply ignore if markets hate all of this, if costs start going up.
Yeah, that part right there, I'm gonna end it there. As soon as the markets are tanking down, Europe and Trump said, well, not Trump said, but Europe wants to now negotiate tariffs with Trump. So, and then, I said earlier, Trump rescinded some of the tariffs, because they'll make him look really, really bad. Oh God, yeah, Ben Shapiro calling out Trump, man. I'm shocked, but I'm not shocked. You know what I mean? Ben Shapiro, one of them type of people coming to they pick their spots. They're not gonna completely, shat on Trump, but again, let's spin this into a positive, these terrorists are stupid, but maybe Trump will, like he said, drill holes into it. Okay, I doubt that, but okay, we shall see. So, all right, guys, this is a short show, but thank you guys for watching the Good Faith Show. I gotta go. I gotta do more work. But in the meantime, on the bottom of your screen right there, you got to follow the official ATP Network Twitter account. Our handle is at ATP Network 247. And follow the ATP Network crew. That's all our handles right there. Man, we doing the work. And also, too, like the video. It don't cost you nothing. So, like the video. And, guys, if you're watching this on Twitter, I highly recommend you head over to the YouTube channel or Rumble channel. You pick your poison, but please note that YouTube have clips too as well. So, you don't have to watch these hour-long, videos. That's why I decided to cut them into segments, so it'd be easy to watch. So, again, guys, thank you so much for watching the Good Faith Show. I'm Andre Morton signing out. Have a good one. And by the way, fuck Benjamin Netanyahu.